What's up?
There you go. There you go.
That's
that
so
was
easy.
incredible.
What's wrong with English?
It's different than hello. It's different than
But it's
hello.
not in a different language. I don't care if you say what's up. It's fine.
Welcome to this episode of Press Start TV. My name's Will. This is Nine.
Yo.
This is Gage.
Hi.
This is Sam.
Hey.
Let's get into it. We've got a lot of stuff to go over with you today. So let's talk about games coming out this month of April.
Woo.
April. It's a good month.
Not as good as March on the
No, definitely not as good as March.
release side of things, but still some killer titles. Dark Souls 2,
Yeah.
obviously, Nine's a
I was gonna
fan
say,
series.
And
Nine game.
I would just love to have FromSoft's games for the rest of my life. If those
Well,
are the
you
only
can't
games,
have that.
if those are the only games I have to play for the rest of my life, I'm set.
Really?
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're developing more and more of a following as they continue to release some of these titles. And
They've always had a following, just not for these games.
this type of game. Yeah, they've done a number.
They're
that mean?
responsible for. It was a mech game.
A couple of mech games. They've
Assault?
been around for years. I mean, long time.
I only know
Armored
that.
Core. That's their
Armored Core, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Armored Core has a huge following.
Actually does.
I don't think so.
does have a huge
Competitive
I
gaming,
disagree.
the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it's got it all. But yeah, that'll come out on Xbox One and PS4. So you'll get the remastered version of
Will
that
you play
game.
through that again?
Absolutely.
Probably
Mainly
this
because I
PS3 's
bought all the
working.
DLC for the Dark Souls 2 on PS3, and then my PS3 died. So
If I
now
like
have a
Bloodborne
reason.
enough, maybe we'll pick it up. But
Yeah, it's going to be hard to balance those games
I'm
on
sure.
my PS4.
We've got Xenoblade Chronicles for the 3DS.
New 3DS.
The new 3DS.
Will not work in an old generation 3DS.
So, what's the biggest reason for that?
I mean,
It's
a
essentially the same
massive
exact game from the Wii U.
Wii.
Was it for the Wii?
Yeah, because the Wii U version, Xenoblade Chronicles X, isn't out yet.
Oh,
If this is the Wii version, that's like the 300-hour game that takes forever. To
So it's,
Yeah.
it's got a better
a true
processor than
Xenoblade.
yeah, I mean, it needs the new hardware that's in the new 3DS
The
to
processor.
run this game.
so it'll be smoother, faster, look prettier.
Yes.
Nice. Always a good series. I think we saw a little bit of that at PAX. We didn't
Little-
get
yeah.
We were
Hard-
standing
hard
right
to
next to
find
it
on
during
the
our
Wii.
interview with Cindy?
Krista.
Krista. Yeah.
Cindy.
Now I'm doing it. And
Cindy
I
was our other rep from
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at people.
Mixing
I was
up
watching
their
people
website.
play it while I was watching you guys do the interview, and it looked really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a new 3DS yet, but
Neither do I.
Massive game coming out. We've talked a lot about this game and try to get you as much information as we can. But Mortal Kombat X or 10 or whatever you want to call it.
X.
It's not 9.
Okay.
Not 9, that's for sure, because that was the last one that came out.
That's why he's upset.
So they've announced some new characters. We've been talking about new characters, and it
They
has been
confirmed one.
confirmed.
Confirmed the character we thought was going to be confirmed before.
We confirmed it.
And that
It was
is
really weird.
the Predator.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I am too.
That other character that was rumored from the movie is a playable skin for one of the characters in Mortal Kombat.
Carl Weathers?
Yes.
Or whatever his
Yeah,
name
he's
is.
a skin for one of the other characters in the game. So,
Interesting.
Probably, I don't know. Stryker's in the game
Yeah. Well.
as an assist.
Okay.
He comes in as an assist. I've never seen him as an actual character,
What is
though.
it, like a fatality?
I don't want to spoil
gotta
it
be
for
awesome.
anybody, but I've seen Stryker.
Okay.
He looks just as goofy as ever.
So yeah, they've also have a character called Trimmer, which he's got like Earth-like hands and that kind of thing. I think the other girl was Tanya or
Tanya. Yeah, those are old. Those
Yeah.
are classic characters.
Yeah, those are classic characters.
and then of course Jason from Friday the 13th. But most of the roster is new characters. I mean, there's a
There's
good
a lot of familiar faces, but there's a lot of new characters.
So Mortal Kombat 10, I'm sure a lot of you are going to be checking that out. Tropico 5.
Yeah.
I
Nice
mean,
games. These are always the games I see that I'll pick that up just to play it, and I never do. So I think Tropico 5 is going to be the one that I.
Civilization and Tropico games come out typically close to one another.
Sure.
And I never want to play Civ games, but I always want to play Tropico
Because they're
games.
goofier. Because
They're,
kinda,
exactly. They have a lighthearted humor about them. And
See, I'd rather go pick up
There's
Civ.
one.
Yeah,
I
I'm
found a
Right.
So you're
screenshot.
GTA, you're Saints Row.
Yeah, I found a screenshot where Gandhi declared war on another country.
Yeah, that was on in Civ, right?
Yeah, no, Tropico.
I thought that was from Civilization.
No, it was on Tropico. I just thought that was funny.
I like both of them, to be honest with you. And I'm kind of the same way. I'm a little torn between which one to get, but I'm also like you, because when I see them, like, man, that would be kind of fun. You know, you want to get into it. And
But at the same time, like, I have so many games to play
there's so
already.
much to play, but always a good series. Check it out if you can. An indie game that's been getting a lot of buzz.
For a long time.
For a long time. It started off with the Kickstarter program, but the Mighty Number 9, which is essentially Mega Man.
Yeah, essentially Mega Man. I don't
Not just essentially Mega Man, it pretty much is Mega Man because the guy that created Mega Man is making this.
So, but we're not 1,000% confirmed it will be this month, but more than
Rumor
likely.
has it. that it will be coming out
circulating
in
rumors and sources are like, hey, it's coming out in April. Just be ready for April. It's coming out in April.
But if it's not in April, I can only imagine it's right after that. So check out that game for all you Mega Man fans out there.
Will you
And
play that game if it comes out this month?
I mean, Mega Man's a
I'd
pretty
like to.
serious deal. I'll probably try to pick it up.
Okay. I mean, I'm just not a big platformer guy anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Who would you
I still
think would
like
be the
platformers.
face of the Capcom brand?
Probably, if I had to put it
Ryu.
on one face, it's
Huh.
probably Mega Man.
It's
And
definitely
you know what I
Ryu.
hate? And we're talking about it, but he gets to edit this stuff, so this could all be gone. So he could just put in whatever.
No, I'll leave it all in.
Okay.
We're
It's
still gonna
definitely Ryu.
we're still gonna do a segment on this eventually.
It's coming back around.
Well,
We had 3 Capcom employees tell us Ryu.
They were there to talk about Monster Hunter 4. They couldn't talk about anything
and they
else.
still picked Ryu
You know why they're not talking about Mega Man? A lot of crap
because there's no
going
Mega
down.
Man.
Okay.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
So here,
to talk
later
to
this
Capcom
month,
people about
we're going to
Mega
have
Man.
a segment
They
of
won't
just
do it.
about who represents the brand, meaning Capcom, Konami, you know, Ubisoft, all these companies. What character best represents that brand?
Granted, we
we'll-
did this once, but it was a huge argument.
We're going to have that
Get
up for you later on this month. But anyway, we're going to have more for you with some more news, a lot of Nintendo news for you right after this.
Mega Man.
Hey, welcome back. Let's get into some Nintendo news.
Let's do
Some. There's a good bit of Nintendo news.
There's a
Yeah.
lot going on. For all you Nintendo fans out there, I'm sure a lot of this will be all smiles and happy faces, and then some of this will be sad face. Sad face.
a little bit of sad face.
Let's talk about some happy stuff first.
You want to start with the happy?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think that this is a good idea, but we'll see what happens. Are you already happy?
He's
I'm singing Ren and Stimpy. Happy, happy,
over
joy,
here.
joy.
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
It's not. It's not even good. It's not even good.
It is good. but
Nintendo.
Nintendo. So Nintendo has talked about bringing their games to smartphones.
Not talking.
I'm not talking about it. They confirmed they're doing
now.
it. And they're using something DENA or some nonsense.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yay!
So that's like they're talking
Yeah.
about their first party, their
I'm
IPs, they're coming smartphones.
I mean, do you
Mario
play?
on my phone.
Do you play games on your phone?
I
Yes.
You do?
I play Sonic all the time.
Do you really?
Yes.
How dare you?
do. While she's working. That's the
Yes.
part she left out.
Do you play on your phone at all?
Yeah, when I'm on my lunch break, that's all I
Yeah.
do, is I play games on my phone.
I mean,
'Cause
that's
I
pretty
usually
much-
have lunch for 45 minutes by myself, so I got
What do you
nothing
play?
to
That's the saddest thing.
I play Terraria,
Nice.
and I have Five Nights at Freddy 2 now, which
That's
I'm,
another good game.
I'm kind of scared to play
No, that's awesome.
while sitting at work.
That game series is great.
And then I got a bunch of stupid like phone games, but every now and then I'll get an actual like ported console game or something else. And then I have a Game Boy Advance emulator on my phone, so I play a bunch of Game Boy stuff.
No, he doesn't.
Sorry, PlayStation games.
All right.
Anyway,
Gage?
I play piano tiles, and that's about it. Piano tiles is great.
Words with Friends.
I used to play that. I was
Yeah.
really good at it.
Then he
Anyway,
ran out of friends.
well, they all kept getting beat horribly by me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nintendo coming to smartphones is something
Huge
that's been
deal.
talked about for about a year.
And by the way, I don't really play games on my phone. I played like, I did Angry Birds, obviously, like the rest of the world. And
Not
Never
Angry Birds.
Um,
I like Angry Birds.
My
Birds.
son loves it.
I mean, when it first was there, I was like, okay, this is fun. I did like the 100 Floors game.
I don't know what that is.
100 Elevators is what I do.
Yeah, it's, well, same thing.
Is that a puzzle game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
It's very simple.
A couple things like that.
But we're not talking about like
The little the Jewel games or the Bubble
Those are-
Pops.
That's what are classified as mobile games.
That's it.
yeah, but we're not talking about those level mobile games. We're talking about Nintendo
Like
first party
Full-blown
games.
games.
Full-blown Nintendo
I
games,
could sit
like
there
Mario.
and play Mario all the time. Oh,
Mario. If
my
Super Mario
phone
Brothers
battery
3
would just be
comes
like,
out on my
"Meow."
phone,
We're done.
I'm set.
Like they'll probably launch with like Super Metroid or something. Like
They'll launch with something big, I'm sure.
Well, that's a
Bring it
big
on.
deal, and a lot of people are jumping for joy right now. So, actual Nintendo games on your smartphones. What has the world come to? Oh my gosh, it's going to be crazy.
do you
probably
think it's
not
a
gonna be
desperate
Windows
move by Nintendo, or
I don't think it's desperate. I think they're just trying to finally embrace
the
a mobile platform that they haven't.
growing culture? Because mobile gaming's huge.
I mean, one thing Nintendo's really good about is protecting their brand and actually taking the right steps to promote their brands.
Well, and
I think they do that ingenious. But it's a good question because is it a desperate move? I wouldn't say it is, but I think it's a combination of what you were just saying of them trying to adopt that culture. Because how many people have smartphones?
That's
Well,
exactly
and
what I was going to bring up. is
and the
think about
emulators.
it.
Like
they're already doing.
they're already doing it. So why not make
And not
money
everybody
off
has the money to go
doing it?
spend $200 on a 3DS, but just about everybody that wants to play mobile games has a smartphone.
and they can pay $1.99 for Mario.
Right, or
Yeah.
$5 or something. As long as they don't get crazy
they
with
don't
Square
need to
Enix
develop
prices.
the system that's already out
Right,
there.
it's
You know?
like, all they have to do is port it.
But speaking of consoles that they do need to develop, let's talk about the announcement Nintendo came out with about their next console, codenamed NX.
Yes, their next dedicated gaming console.
That's right. Their next dedicated gaming
So-
console.
There's not a lot of news out for it. There's speculation on what it could mean, but that'll tie into what we're about to talk about next. What was it
Called Codename X.
NX.
NX. Sorry.
I had something to say. But
Iwata said to expect more news 2016
Right.
E3.
So a release on this in 2017. You think that's too soon from the Wii U to support the new 3DS, the Wii U, and
No.
NX at the
No,
same time?
again, one of the head guys at Nintendo says, it'd be foolish to think that we're not already working on this thing.
Right.
They have been working on it for a while. They just chose now to announce it. But they also went out and said that we want to make sure all their Wii U customers that have a console are completely satisfied. How do they make them satisfied? Star Fox, Zelda, Metroid,
Smash.
another, they got Smash, you got Card.
There is no Smash.
That will make Nintendo Wii U fans satisfied, but man, those are all first-party games.
Yeah.
It's like Nintendo's going to make sure, but man, there's no support. There's just nothing. What else? Name one third-party game you're just psyched about for the Wii U.
I can't.
Watch Dogs.
I was gonna say Rayman,
say Watch
but-
Dogs, but
Rayman's not a bad one.
Rayman
Was
was
Bayonetta one? Or was that?
Bayonetta
They're
was
first
they
party.
bought.
They did
bought
buy
the
that.
rights to
So now you can't
Bayonetta.
even say Bayonetta.
I will say though, Bayonetta is a great game.
It is a great
It
game.
technically still is a third-party game because they don't own Platinum Games. They just own the Bayonetta trademark.
Fair enough.
So
But this reminds me when they put the GameCube out, the Game Boy Advance.
The Revolution.
so
the
good.
GameCube was called the Revolution.
Yeah, they had the
Dolphin.
three consoles running at the
Dolphin,
same
yeah.
time. They were supporting all three, so I think we're going to see that again here. I just hope it's not too soon for Nintendo to think too far ahead. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're planning.
Nintendo's
there's not
good at
really
what
that
they
many
do.
games for the Wii U yet. So I'm kind of wondering, are they going to be stretching themselves too thin?
That's why
It's
I
a
think
good
one of the
concern.
announcements that we have to talk about might see a release on both, maybe.
kind of like the Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But my concern is that they struck gold with the Wii. The Wii U is kind of like
No one knew what it
Hard-
was. No one knew how to do it.
it was a hardware upgrade. Is what in my opinion,
It's like
a graphical system, more capability.
That's about it.
That's it. But in my opinion, it's either going to fall flat on its face or be another huge success.
I think we might see, the flat in the face thing, I don't believe, but I think we might see that more here just because we are in America. But over everywhere else, I don't think you're going to see as much as.
What I really want to see from this console is dedicated controllers again.
I imagine we'll see something.
I don't want.
Less
I
gimmicky.
like the nunchuck and the Wiimote, but I want a dedicated controller.
I think with the demand of getting the GameCube controller adapter, I might see something like
And
that.
I'd love to see a GameCube style controller. come out of this.
Nintendo also announced a membership service from Nintendo.
Yes. So that basically spans over the Wii U, the 3DS, the smartphones, PC, and the codename NX, whatever that might be.
So there's a possibility this could be a crossover console.
Right.
Like a cross-platform kind of medium.
Yes. I mean, there's not a lot of information about that. People are
Nintendo games on your
speculating-
PC? What
Why
about that?
not?
I'd still
I do
love it.
already.
I love it.
People are speculating NX means Nintendo crossover, and that's what that code name is for. So
Yeah.
they're
Right.
thinking games are going to be on platforms all over the
I mean,
place.
they called it the Dolphin at one point too. So
Is this, you know, a lot of people are saying that they should take the role of Sega and kind of stop making consoles and just put their
Make
games
games
out.
for
Do you think
everybody.
this is kind of that start of that direction for Nintendo?
no,
I don't think Nintendo would
Nintendo
ever do
survived
that.
for years without making video games. I think they could do just fine doing what they're doing.
Yeah, bring that knitting thing back.
And we've got to talk about this, but I'll leave you with this right before the break. Zelda is not coming out in 2015. We'll be back right after this. Okay, welcome back. So just before the break, we were letting you know that Zelda is not coming out in 2015.
Maybe.
Possibly, right?
Their focus is not on Zelda. Right?
That's not the priority.
Not 100%. I mean, you said earlier that even with just the console and developing for both, that Nintendo might be stretched too thin. I mean, they're bringing stuff to smartphones. They got a new membership service. They're working on a new console. They got all their first-party games they need to develop. I mean,
He's calling you out.
Hey.
no, she's right though.
Well, let's look at it. Zelda was supposed to be this year. They're like, oh, it's gonna be this year. It's gonna be. Now they're
How
like,
many things are supposed to be this year?
well,
How many
okay,
things
but
are 2014?
but it's Zelda. Like they are gonna make so much money with this.
I'm okay with this because they said instead of focusing on our priority being 2015, our focus is making the ultimate Zelda game.
That's
Okay.
Nothing wrong with
that's
that.
What matters right there.
I'm okay with that.
They didn't come out and say fully it's not 2015. So you could still see
It's
a super
possibly-
late 2015
Like,
I don't see it.
I don't-
like
Holiday.
December 21st
Sure.
or whatever that
But
Tuesday.
Could you imagine? Oh
I
my
am
God.
anticipating
Just
kind of the
before
next
Christmas?
June.
Do you know-
Close to
Sales
Christmas?
would skyrocket.
Oh, that would be busy.
like Black
really,
Friday in
really
the middle of
busy.
I'm thinking between the months of April to June next year.
Yeah, I'd say that's a reasonable window.
That's
But-
just my thinking.
If they can make it better than Ocarina of Time, I'm all for this idea.
I mean, how do you make? I mean, so many consider that to be the greatest game ever made.
It's definitely, in my opinion, the best Zelda
Many
game
people.
ever made.
I don't agree with many.
What's the greatest game ever made?
Superman 64?
No.
You have been denied on that one.
really good, really good.
That hits you twofold because A, it's a terrible game and you can't stand
Superman
Superman.
sucks.
See?
Terrible.
Superman doesn't suck.
And we're gonna get
Anyway.
back to video games.
We're still talking about video games.
All right, so Zelda, we'll see how it plays out. As soon as we know anything, obviously we'll be talking about it and we'll let you know. And other news, Star Wars Battlefront.
Star Wars.
Gameplay is going on this month of April at the Star Wars
Celebration.
Star Wars Celebration.
The big
It's a big Star Wars convention every year.
But EA is going to be there, and then when EA announced they were going to be there, everyone's like, well, why else would EA be there? And then eventually they came out and said, we're showing off Star Wars gameplay for the first time right there.
That is
And I think
awesome.
that's happening between the 16th and 18th of April.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about a game I'm completely psyched about.
You want to talk about Zelda again?
No.
This is your Bloodborne?
No. Zelda, I'm also psyched about Zelda, and the game's going to be amazing. I mean, a lot of people are just freaked out about this thing. They cannot wait to play it.
I think I'm the only person not excited about
Oh,
this.
man, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Why not? What's wrong with you?
I'm really afraid it's going to get the Battlefield treatment, and I don't want that. I want the old school Battlefront. I don't want DICE to make, hey, this is Battlefield Star Wars.
I don't think so. I think they're taking the time. They're
That's
making
how
sure
I
they
feel
get it
it's going
right.
to come across, because I guarantee it's going to have a heads-up display similar to Battlefield,
Okay.
Dude,
and I guarantee it's going to feel
Hey, Nye,
like
if they-
Battlefield.
Hey, if it
Stop talking
works.
about it.
yeah.
We're excited for it.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
if it works, why why change it?
Because the old Battlefront games were fantastic.
amazingly awesome. And I'm telling you, they're
So
going
the
to take
bar's
the
up
time to
here.
make it right. They're going to
So-
take the time to make it
Bar's
right.
like
They're going to release an
way
amazing game, and
Well,
if they don't, they'll
that's 'cause
probably
you're
all
super
be
Exactly.
not having jobs anymore.
Yeah.
If they screw this up, there's going to be a lot.
Well,
of
here's what
people
you're
coming
doing, and I think that's not fair to Star Wars right now. Is you're comparing it to the other series that was made by other people. Let that go and enjoy this Star
don't
Wars for
want to
what
let
it
it
is.
go.
But you have to because
has
it's not
problems
the
letting
same
go.
developers anymore. It's a new
I
team.
don't care.
Totally, it's not fair to compare it to those games.
It is. It's still Battlefront.
No, because you're
If
taking
it's a
away
different
from what
game,
new Battlefront
if it's a
will
different
be.
game, they change the name.
It's not because it's not Battlefront 3. It's just Battlefront.
It's
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 still
a
different.
reboot.
It's like a reboot.
I
It's-
don't want that.
leave it
I
as
It's
want
like
that.
a prequel.
I want
Shut
Battlefront.
We can't have that discussion.
No,
Until Tomb Raider comes out.
it's made by the same people. Yes, I can see.
And it's taking place alongside the new movies.
I can see both
I mean,
sides.
that's storytelling.
I think that's a great idea. They need to deliver because if you don't deliver on a game that has that much hype, I mean, it's like just shooting
I'll wait till
yourself
E3,
in the foot
because I'm sure
and,
we'll get to
like,
play it at E3.
and ripping off your
Don't
arms.
jinx it.
God of War 3 is released July 14th.
Yep, the HD.
The HD for PS4, and man, it is butter smooth.
They HD'd an HD game.
My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, well, but it's the first playable game on the PS4 of the God of War series, and that alone is fans want that. You know, they just want
Which
to play.
just leads me to believe that they are announcing something God of War related at E3.
I think they'd be smart.
I said a
to do
couple
so.
weeks ago that they were going to announce a collection,
Hey,
and
something
boom,
back.
here's God of War 3 coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, after Uncharted being pushed back to next year, I mean,
They need something
they
this
need some
fall.
big stuff. And we talked about this earlier. Sony's fourth quarter, you know, is not looking the best, so they need to come out with
It's
some
not looking like anything.
big
Rise
titles
above
coming out.
now.
Kojima is leaving Konami after Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
Yeah,
Which is just a few months away.
September 1st.
Yeah.
So once that's done, he's done with Konami to do whatever he wants.
But unlike we said last time, it's not the death of Snake.
Right.
I mean, it might be the death of
Konami's
Snake.
talked about carrying on Metal Gear in some fashion. They're not giving
Rising
up on the
2.
series. They're already looking to
Rising
get new
2.
ways to make new games for that.
Rising 2.
This is a AAA title. I mean, Phantom Pain's going to be absolutely amazing.
Psycho Mantis is it.
Well, he's leaving
Yeah,
on
that's
a
the
high
only reason
note,
I wanna buy
you
that
know?
Trailer.
I would
Psycho
say.
Mantis,
Like,
Psycho Mantis.
he just
Like-
comes floating out of the cars in the parking lot. I'm like, what? Psycho Mantis? Let's do it.
They're totally lost what they're talking about.
So,
No, not talking about Red Bull.
yeah, so
we had a moment, Gabe.
I mean, the Metal Gear Solid game itself has been in development for a long time. Konami's been working on it for a super long time. I think
Yeah,
this is
'cause
going to
this
be
is-
a huge, massive title.
It was
and-
announced before the new console were
Yeah.
announced, wasn't
This
it?
is going to be its 33.
yeah, wow. I mean,
Yeah. So the
So-
same year as Xbox One and PS4.
we'll see what he does after this and what he continues to do. But like you said, that's not the death of Snake. They'll continue to go with
Well,
Metal Gear series.
let's not say that. It's not
Metal
the end
Gear
of
will
Metal
carry on
Gear.
somewhere.
Metal Gear will carry on. That doesn't necessarily mean that Snake's not done, because
It's
they
like
have
saying
said several times
Super
that this
Mario
is Snake's.
Brothers is going to continue on without
Yeah,
Mario.
but they've come out and said that this is Snake's last mission.
Didn't you play
like
the game?
even at E3 they
Where's
stressed
Mario?
that.
Luigi has to find Mario. Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, Lost Worlds or whatever.
Yeah. And Luigi's Mansion.
That's a
We
great,
all
great
fe-
game. Great game, yeah.
They stressed that at E3 last year, that this is Snake's last game
We'll see.
or last mission.
We'll see.
Horses,
see.
horses
We'll come back.
doing their business.
We'll come back. He'll come back as
2
a
weeks in a row.
big boss and train the
Him and
new
Ocelot will
recruit.
team up.
Yeah.
Or him and Liquid. Ooh, that would be a bad combination.
Yeah. Now you got to fight him.
Oh god.
Oh man, that'd be great.
One in Metal Gear Rex and one in Metal Gear Ray. Oh, bad days for everybody.
So, and lastly, some other things we have to talk about. Apparently, there is no Gears being the new
Metal Gear
remastered.
Remastered.
So I mean,
It was going to be put out there, but now we've heard that.
it was a fan outcry. Wanted a Gears collection. They wanted
Huge outcry.
they wanted a Marcus Phoenix collection, like a la Master Chief collection. I mean,
Yeah.
They want this. Gears of War is even coming out for free. Judgment's coming out for free on Xbox 360, which led people to believe like this could happen. Then
That's why I think it's not happening, because
Sure.
they're just going to push them out through the
free program.
the free program.
But people thought, I mean, this is a good way to build hype so they get a Gears of War collection on Xbox One. They've come out and said it's not happening.
Yeah.
Believe what you want, because that happens a lot when
the
people are
head-
like, it's not happening, it's not happening.
The
Then
head,
it
of
happens.
Epic, the head of Epic flat out came out and said it.
Sure.
I mean, I'd even take it if Cliffy B said it, and he's not even with the company anymore.
Right. In my opinion, this is what they should do. They should not focus on that, and they should focus on
Gears 4.
And because Judgment was not received the best.
I loved Judgment.
See,
You're the only one.
It just wasn't the best game.
It was different.
It was
It
different,
wasn't.
but it just wasn't the best. Overall, the game
was not
itself,
the
Apparently, it was
best
different
Gears.
in a bad
No.
way.
It was bad.
It was not the best Gears by any
It was
means.
the worst Gears.
I'm gonna
But
agree
I
with
thought,
that.
it was good. I thought it was good.
And I thought 3 was terrible.
Nah,
I've not
three was
finished
okay.
3. 2 is the best one in my opinion.
One was the best
two
one.
was good. One was
The best one, except that they cut out like 50 minutes of story.
Yeah.
And you're just on a train for some reason. You're like,
Yeah.
what train? Where'd this come from?
Why am I here?
So focus on the Gears 4 and make that incredibly awesome because it deserves it, and that's a great way to end the show. Anyway, we of course want to hear from you. Hit us up on youtube.com/PSVGTV. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will hook you up with some stuff. By the way, shout out to Jose, who loves our stuff, and I'd love to
Yeah,
hear
Jose.
his
Jose,
Yeah.
you
his
the man,
comments.
What are you
Jose.
talking about,
Every week,
Jose?
brother.
Also, facebook.com/PressStartVG. Until next time.